Welcome to the Michigan International Speedway for Race 2 of the Mid-2015 Red Light Xfinity Series. I'm your host, Jeremy Patterson. I'll be flying solo tonight since my co-host Mike is not feeling well. We wish him the best for a speedy recovery. Tonight, the Red Light drivers will be racing for 80 laps on this 2-mile tri-oval. Pace speed tonight is 70 miles per hour. Pit road speed is 55. The cars are set up for 50% fuel this season, so that'll give the drivers the opportunity to try different pit strategies. And last week, we went green flag the whole way, so we had 3 rounds of green flag pit stops, and pit strategies really came into play on the final order. Drivers will get one quick reset in the event of a mishap. When that happens, they're given a new damage-free car in the pit stall, but once they use it up, they have to make it to the end with what they've got. They do have the option in one of their menus to choose whether or not they want to use it. We also have the lucky dog in effect, so in the event of a caution, the first car that's a lap down will get a wave around under yellow to regain a lap. And that car will also start in the back of the field on the restart, though. And it looks like drivers are getting lined up now. We have finished qualifying. William Kirk takes pole with a 40.608. Sean Butler starts in the first row with him with a 40.634. And once all the drivers get lined up here, we'll take you through the grid. 24 drivers in the field tonight. Nice big field. This is actually the biggest field the Red Light has ever had. Right about the sweet spot. That's what we've been looking for since we started, right around 20 to 25 drivers. So real happy to see that. Lots of new members. And you can see that, you can tell the new members because they have a 3-digit number on their car. Once they finish their first season with us, they get to drop that 9 and get the two-digit number like everybody else. So we just about got everybody lined up here. I see the lights are on. That means the pace car is about to roll off, and we will run you through the grid. First row, pole sitter William Kirk. Next to him will be Sean Butler, starting on the outside. Row 2, we've got John Fershing and Mike Abbott. Row 3 is Nate LaFleur and Jason Lanny. Row 4, David Howard and Timothy Lewis. Row 5 is Mike Mahoney and Max Terrio. Row 6, Raymond Edge and Joshua Buckley. Row 7, Andrew Packer and James Haney. Row 8, Kevin Cochran and Jamie Christensen. Row 9, Philip Bundick and Paul Zada. Row 10, Ivan Jones and Joshua Butler, brother of Sean Butler. Row 11, we have the 87 of Keith Haney and the 73 of Jason Garrett. And row 12, Kevin O'Brien and Daniel Haney, a new member just joined today. So that'll round out your field, and we are about to go green. And race 2 of the Xfinity Series is underway. William Kurt gets his nose out in front of Sean Butler to hold on to the lead. A little further back, we had Jason Lanny get into the wall a little bit going into turn 3. Huge field out here tonight. Still side by side a lot of the way back, all the way through. And you can see the preferred line seems to be right about the middle of the track. You don't really want to get too low in the turns on this track. It's tempting, but it will spin you out pretty quick. The bottom lane almost acts like the apron. Sean Butler looks to the inside of John Fershing. He's going to go way low. Fershing's going to go way high. Let's see which one comes out on top. And side by side right behind them as well. Ooh, the 82 of Mike Abbott gets into the back end of Fershing a little bit. I don't think he was anticipating Fershing slowing down as fast as he did. They all hold on to it, though. Doesn't really cost either driver that much time. Number 4 of Timothy Lewis, he's headed up towards that front group now. So pretty well sorted out here. Pretty good for a 24 car field to get sorted out that quick. '82 of Mike Abbott, he's hungry for that 4th position. But here comes David Howard looking underneath Mike. And you can see all the way through the field here, most of these guys are pretty well straightened out. And right now, it looks like we have a side-by-side. Oh, they were side-by-side. Lots of action in the back here. '99 of Joshua Butler. Looks to the inside of Jamie Christensen. I think he's going to complete that pass. Christensen doing the crossover. He dives down to the inside now. And Christensen gets that spot. Oh, I saw a little bit of smoke there. Not sure what happened. Was there contact or did someone's tires skid a little? Butler and Christensen battling hard for that 14th spot. And this is exactly what we wanted to provide for the drivers. I see side-by-side action in the front, in the back, in the middle. All these guys get into battle. Jason Garrett now looks to the inside of, I believe that's Jason Lanny. And he'll complete that pass for the 12th position. Still very close battling up front as well, these top 5. William Kirk doing his best to hold off Sean Butler. He's done well for the first 10 laps of the race. Sean Butler has definitely made a name for himself here. He has dominated the majority of our races for the last couple of seasons. And a lot of these drivers are learning some tricks from him and itching to stay out in front of him. And so far, William Kirk is doing a pretty good job of it. 82 of Mike Abbott is on the move. He looks to the inside of the 15 to John Fershing. David Howard's right there too. See if he can capitalize on it as well. I think Abbott may have caught the wall a little bit there coming out of 2 because he lost a lot of ground. I heard something bang against the wall and I saw him lose a lot of ground, so that was probably Abbott hitting the wall. William Kirk continues to hold on to his lead. He has led all 12 laps of this race so far. And a little further back, we go 3 wide. Oh, the 87 at Haney is stuck in the middle. Josh Butler backs out of that one. And the 982 of Kevin Cochran is still side by side with Keith Haney. And just ahead, now side by side with Keith, or just about side by side with him, is his father, James Haney, who's running really well tonight. Still close battling up front between the top 7 or 8 drivers. Mike Abbott battling hard with John Fershing again. He looks to the inside. think he's going to go well past John. Let's see if John has the momentum. Nope, he falls in line behind Mike. And now Nate LaFleur is threatening Pershing. And the leaders are starting to pull away a little bit. They got probably 7 or 8 car lengths between Sean Butler and that next group that's battling it out. William Kirk doing a fantastic job of staying out there in the front, running very, very consistent laps. And these 3 behind those leaders, they're battling each other hard, and all 3 of them are running very, very similar times to the leaders, some of them even faster than the leaders. So you can see just what kind of damage that battling can do to your ability to stay up with them. Because I think if they weren't battling, they'd probably be running, all of them would be running faster times than the leaders right now. Still battling hard back here with the 87 of Keith Haney and the 82 of Kevin Cochran. Keith makes it around Kevin on the outside. Let's go on board with Sean Butler, and he's sitting there looking at the lead right in front of him. Sean's used to being the guy in the lead. I don't know if he's just holding back or he might not have anything for William here tonight. So our top 6 are still all within 1 second of each other. Timothy Lewis is in 6th place, and you can see he's less than 1 second behind the leader right now. And I do believe we're going to see some drivers taking, yeah, there you go now. Some drivers are coming down pit road. So 20 laps in, we're already seeing some green flag pit stops. Lots of green flag pit stops. Leader William Kirk already pitted. And that makes Sean Butler the new leader. Let's see what these drivers do for their pit strategies. Tim Lewis takes right sides and he's out. Number 9 of William Kirk does the same. Pretty much all these drivers just taking right sides only. And I see the 977 of Jason Lanny sitting there in the pits. He's either serving a penalty or possibly has damage. I don't think it would be damage because he still has his resets. So just about everybody has already pitted or is on pit lane right now. There's Sean Butler, previous leader. That turns the lead over to Mike Abbott in the 82. And I'm seeing a couple of 4-tire pit stops now. Still got drivers coming down pit road. amazing how big this field is compared to what we were seeing here last season. We had a couple drivers sort of trickle off, and it seems like every time one driver left, it took two with him who didn't like the smaller fields, and whenever they'd leave, more would go. And we did a huge recruiting push. I got to thank a lot of the guys for doing that. Mike Fair, Timothy Lewis, a few other guys got out there and got some names and got clearly some really good racers in our league. You see a lot of these guys with a number 9 in front of their number. Those are our rookies, and just fantastic drivers. I couldn't have asked for better. John Fershing gets to lead a lap now. And we'll just keep the camera here on pit road until we cycle through. I think we just about got everybody, though. Still have 5 drivers out there who have not pitted. And, oh, yeah, we'll have right there is John Fershing. Actually, I take that back. He's already pitted. Ivan Jones, who looks like he is coming out of the pit stall right now. And Max Terrio has not yet pitted. So we're on lap 25 out of 80. And we'll keep an eye on Max. I'm sure he's going to have to pit here shortly. Sean Butler, after the pit stops, comes out in the lead. Actually, I may have been wrong on that. Max may have already pitted, and I'm not getting that data right now. Because after we cycle through, Sean Butler is in the lead, and he has 1.4 seconds on William Kirk right now. And right behind William Kirk, threatening that second position, is Timothy Lewis. Let's go on board with Tim. Now, William Kirk led the first 19 laps of this race, so he definitely has a fast car. Let's see if Timothy Lewis can threaten him with anything. Probably don't want to battle too hard, though, because right up ahead of them, Sean Butler. Timothy Lewis goes side by side with William Kirk. Now watch the difference here. Timothy Lewis is on the low line. Well, not that time. A lot of times that high line gets the momentum advantage, but not this time. Timothy Lewis does a great job passing William Kirk. But William Kirk not giving it up easy. He's right there on Timothy's tail. And the rest of the field is pretty well sorted out. This is our closest battle right now on the track. And with 24 drivers, that means these guys are all the way around the track. And we do have 3 drivers who have gone laps down. Daniel Haney is the first car who's been lapped. And you can see Sean Butler up there pretty far ahead of him. Now Daniel Haney had a almost 18-second pit stop, so that set him pretty far back. But he is the first car a lap down. And there's your second car a lap down, which is Paul Zada, another one of our newer members. And there you see Sean Butler is just a couple seconds behind him. Go back here to this battle for second, Timothy Lewis and William Kirk. Timothy with a strong showing tonight so far. He started 8th and he's already moved his way up to 2nd. go again. Now we got some side-by-side battling. Jamie Christensen, Keith Haney are side-by-side. Just behind them are Joshua Butler and Jason Garrett. A little further up, we have a battle between the 81 of Nate LaFleur and the 15 of John Pershing. Ooh, LaFleur goes wide and gets into the wall a little bit coming out of turn 4. He keeps the momentum up pretty high, but I think Pershing is going to clear him and take that spot away. And Sean Butler now enjoying a 2-second lead behind second place Timothy Lewis. I'm sorry, ahead of second place Timothy Lewis. Now we got a side-by-side between Nate LaFleur, and that is the 923 of Philip Bundick. Philip Bundick is 2 laps down. And he facilitates a good clean pass there. Good job by Philip. Timothy Lewis falls back to the 4th position as William Kirk takes the 2nd spot back, and Joshua Buckley up at 2nd now. I honestly didn't see where he came from. I have no idea how that happened, but Buckley is in 2nd now. I wish I'd have seen that. I don't know where Buckley came from, but man, he took a couple spots away quick. Timothy manages to hang on to his 3rd spot ahead of William Kirk, but just barely. And the 15 of Pershing is right there behind them as well. And Sean Butler continues to extend his lead, which is now about 2.5 seconds ahead of Buckley. But with how fast Buckley moved through that field, I wouldn't be surprised to see him catching up to Sean Butler. They're running similar lap times right now, about 41.2, 41.3. And meanwhile, these guys behind them keep battling each other and just fall a little bit further and further behind each lap. But it's got to be a hell of a lot of fun. I just love the side-by-side racing like this. You know, under green flag conditions, we've gone 36 laps, almost halfway there, and good battling all around the track. Great to see. Now the 15 of Pershing looking to the inside of the 9 of William Kirk. Outstanding show by these drivers. And you can see Sean Butler up here. He has a lapped car between himself and Buckley now that Buckley will have to deal with here in a bit. And as third, fourth, and fifth, and sixth continue to battle out really hard. Now Timothy Lewis looks to the inside of William Kirk. These guys are just swapping back and forth. Now keep in mind, these drivers all did their green flag pit stops right around lap 20 in the low 20s. And here we are on lap 38, so it's not going to be long. We're going to see them coming down pit road again and could shuffle up the field a little bit. And I'm really interested to see what strategy they take here. They gotta wait until at least after lap 40 though, because they need to make it last to where if we stay green, there's only going to be one more pit stop after this. So if you pit early, you're going to force yourself into 2 pit stops and really hurt your finishing position. Sean Butler now nearly 3 seconds ahead of everyone else. And we're on lap 40, halfway through, folks. And I think pretty soon we're going to see some drivers coming down pit road. And you can see there the 963 of Paul Zada stays nice and low, lets those drivers go past him. And I think we have somebody coming down pit road right now. And that's our leader, Sean Butler. Turns the lead over to the 2 of Joshua Buckley. So Sean Butler cutting it right on the mark, lap 41. That'll give him one more pit stop on lap 60 if we stay green. And most everyone's coming down pit road now. Oh, looks like most of them are doing 4 tire stops now. You don't want to push the issue too much on those 2 tires. And I'd be willing to bet the last stop's going to be a lot of 2 tire stops. David Howard now leads as Buckley turns it over and comes down pit road. And I can't tell if we have a lot of drivers with connection issues or possibly I'm having some connection issues. I'm seeing lots of drivers blinking in and out. I do apologize for that to the viewers. Max Terrio is the new leader. And drivers continue to cycle through their green flag pit stops. Now, Sean Butler has come out of the pits I think he's 3-something seconds ahead of Joshua Buckley. There's Sean, and there's Josh, so it looks 2 or 3 seconds behind Sean. Yep, 3.5 seconds. between Sean Butler and Joshua Buckley. Now these guys will end up taking the lead again once everybody else cycles through their pit stops. And Sean Butler had a 14.9 second pit stop. Joshua Buckley had a 14.1 second pit stop. Not sure how Sean got such a gain on him there. Could have been faster entry or exit. Or it could have been Buckley might have overshot a pit stall or something. I didn't see him do that, but somehow Sean managed to gain another second or so on him, even though Buckley had a faster pit stop. So Max Terrio continues to lead with Keith Haney in second. And actually Max Terrio, I believe, yeah, he already pitted, and he did a two-tire stop. Oh, but he gets into the wall hard coming off turn 2 into the inside. He hangs onto it, but that's going to be costly. Great save by Max Terrio. And I do believe he's going to be coming down pit road now. Let's have a look at a replay here. You see him come out of turn 2, get into the wall, and get really loose. And just watch this save here. He's sideways. When those cars are doing that, it is so hard to hang on to them. They really, really want to spin around on you. Great job by Max hanging on to that. And you can see he is in pit road now. He did get a fast repair, so the damage to that car is repaired. We're back to our normal scheduled programming. We got Sean Butler up front, Joshua Buckley almost 4 seconds behind them, so Sean enjoying a nice comfortable lead. Nothing new for Sean here at Red Light. He usually dominates these races. Tim Lewis, Mike Abbott, and Nate LaFleur all still battling pretty hard for these 4th, 5th, and 6th spots. I'd love to be down there on the track in this group right here because they've been racing good, hard, and clean the whole race. And they are not far behind William Kirk. Ooh, looks like LaFleur got into the wall just a little bit going into 3, but it didn't hurt him. But Tim Lewis is pulling away from these guys a little bit now. Have a quick look at our summary. We have 50 laps in, 30 to go. 0 cautions. We've had 8 lead changes, the majority of which happened due to green flag pit stops. And have a look at our current running order there. You can see Sean Butler with his huge lead against second place Buckley in that Ford Mustang. And just behind him, we still have this William Kirk, Tim Lewis, Mike Abbott, and Nate LaFleur battle going on. Kirk has a little bit of a lead on those guys, but not too much. And right now, Andrew Packer is the first car, 1 lap down, so if there were a caution, he would get the lucky dog. Unless, of course, he was involved in the incident. And we can see William Kirk navigating some lap traffic there. And that was the 967 of Andrew Packer. Great job by Andrew facilitating that pass. And I hate to keep the camera on the same 3 cars the whole race, but man, these guys have just been battling so hard the entire time. I mean, it looks like they just started. It looks just like they did on the initial race start. There's just bumper to bumper, swapping positions and everything. I know. Whoa! We got a car in the wall. 2 of them. That may bring out a caution. Timothy Lewis, Mike Abbott are involved. Caution is out. Let's have a look and see what happened here. Oh, it looks like the 967 maybe lost a lot of momentum coming out of the turn, and Timothy Lewis was not able to check up in time to prevent from getting into him. Let's go back and have a look and see what happened to him. And here we see the 967 of Andrew Packer. And yep, right there, coming out of turn 2, he gets into the wall hard. Just about loses control. Timothy looked to go low. I think he expected Packer to stay high. He went low and right into him and collected a couple other drivers in that. Terrible to see that. These guys were racing so good and so clean. It's just a slip up. Things like that happen sometimes. So now this gets interesting. We're on lap 55 of 80. We saw that the drivers can go roughly 20 to 22 laps on a tank of fuel. I think we might have some drivers try to stretch it and make it last to the end. Sean Butler only took 2 tires. A lot of these drivers are only taking 2 tires. They're sacrificing that grip for a little bit of track position. And lucky for these guys, they had their quick reset so they could get their car fixed up. Hopefully they still had it. Some of them may have already used it. And several drivers going to be getting a lap back here. I don't know if they're going to stay out to get their lap back or if we're only going to get our lucky dog. So tough break for those guys. Just kind of got caught up in, you know, someone's little slip up, got into the wall, and sometimes that's all it takes. All right, so now the lapped cars are coming down pit road. And there is Andrew Packer, the driver who was involved in that incident. So on the restart, we're going to have Sean Butler and Joshua Buckley in the front row. Now remember, Buckley was moving really fast, not quite catching up to Sean, but he was moving good. Now here's the wrench in the whole thing. Butler did a 2-tire pit stop and Buckley did a 4-tire pit stop. In fact, Sean Butler is the only driver I see out there on 2 tires. Everyone else took 4, so that strategy may not work out very well for Sean. And I'm also interested to see which lane Sean chooses. Seems like the outside lane has been a little bit of an advantage. I've seen lots of passes on the outside. Of course, I've seen a lot on the inside as well. And remember, the leader does get to choose which side he wants to start on. And not real sure what's going on here. Now we see... Oh, I see what happened. These guys didn't pit yet. That pit time I was calling off for Sean Butler, that was his previous pit stop under green flag conditions. What they did is they stayed out a little bit longer, stretched that fuel just a little bit more. Now they're taking their green flag, or taking their caution pit stops, topping off on fuel. Okay, yeah, all of them are just topping off on fuel. Now that'll give them about 22 laps till the end. Okay, so I initially was right on the tires. Sean Butler is on 2. Everyone else is on 4, or most everyone else is on 4. Then they came back around and just got a splash of fuel to make sure they can make it to the end. Now these guys up front that didn't do that, their only chance right now is to try to make that fuel last. So this could be pretty interesting. You're going to have guys up front saving fuel and guys in the back burning it up, trying to get their position back to the front of the field. This could get very interesting here. And the pace car ducks off. Lots of movement in the back. You see Sean Butler moving up through the middle. He's making it 3 wide. Joshua Buckley's right there behind him. Whoa, lots of movement. James Haney. Looks like James Haney and Ivan Jones just about got together and wrecked, but they held on to it. And I bet you that made Sean really nervous. Whoa, Sean gets into Haney. Haney kind of lost oh no. Drivers all over the place. They hold on to it. Let's go back and watch what happened. You see James Haney right up there in front of Sean. I think he kind of got loose coming out of turn 4. And Sean got into him, took Buckley with him. They both go flying down pit road. Now that's going to give Buckley a speeding penalty that should be able to be cleared. Butler comes back out on track. The other drivers do a decent job of getting around him. And that really hurts Buckley now. Back up front, Mike Abbott continues to lead after the restart with Keith Haney behind him. John Pershing and Mike Mahoney. Mike Mahoney looking to the inside for that 3rd spot. And we are down to 20 to go. Gotta say, that was a pretty amazing job by Butler keeping it pointed the right direction as he came across the grass there. That grass is like ice, and the car usually goes spinning, so good job keeping it pointed the right direction and not causing a big pileup when he came back out on the track. Also got to give credit to the other drivers for avoiding him when he kind of came up there. Keith Haney looks to the inside, pass for the lead, coming through turns 3 and 4. Door to door across the front stretch. Haney takes credit for that lap. And he does clear Abbott. Let's see if Abbott does a crossover move here. Haney stays a little low to protect that line. That's not blocking, he's just driving a defensive line. But Mike Abbott now looks like he's getting a nose underneath under Keith Haney. And I think Abbott's going to take credit for this lap. Oh, nose to nose across the finish line. Keith Haney hangs on to the lead. But I think Abbott is going to take it away from him right now. Still side by side for the lead. Abbott hanging on to the lead now. He's clear out in front of Keith Haney. And now Mike Mahoney looking to the inside. Takes second away from Keith Haney, and he's got the leader right in front of him. And Mike Abbott's looking in his rear view saying, keep battling, boys. Wow, Mahoney gets a really, really strong amount of speed going into the turn there in turns 3 and 4. Still side by side for second. And if they're not careful, Pershing is right there on the bumper, ready to take something away. Oh, Haney's looking to the inside now. Mike Abbott, I'm sorry, trying to take the lead. Oh, little contact between Abbott and Haney. Abbott kind of bumps Haney a little bit there. These guys got to be careful. They'll end up both wrecking each other, and Pershing and Mahoney will run away with it. Oh, Mahoney gets into the wall hard. That slows him way down. Everyone else looks below and passes him. Mahoney loses 3 spots on that turn. Now up front, Pershing and Abbott battling for second. And we are getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Drivers are going to stop being quite as patient. And they're going to be fighting now. Oh, Abbott gets into the wall hard. That starts a whole chain reaction. Just about causes a pile up, and he loses a couple spots as well. So Abbott and Mahoney both fell victim to the same turn, same wall. Keith Haney now has a comfortable half-second lead. If he can stay out there in that clean air, he can run away with this thing. But we got some hard battling further back for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. 81 and Nate LaFleur, he looks to the inside of Mike Abbott. Mike may have actually even hurt his suspension a little bit. He hit that wall really hard. And Keith Haney, he only has about a half a second lead, but he's edging for a win. Last time Keith Haney won here was in February at Daytona. Back on February 23rd, Keith Haney won. And he's itching for another one. But Pershing is gaining on him. He's chipping away at that lead. We're seeing 0.3 every now and then now. Actually pretty solid 0.3. He's almost got it down to a quarter of a second. 10 laps to go. And now's when we might start seeing some guys worrying about their fuel as well. David Howard and William Kirk battling hard for third spot. And you can see the top four right there. This is going to be a close race to the finish. Oh, those guys behind him getting a little squirrely, but they hold on to it. Max Terrio and I believe it's Mike Abbott, side by side. No, that's Nate LaFleur. And we got a lap car down on the apron. Does not want to get hold any of these guys up. Great job. And look at this up front. John Pershing is now threatening Keith Haney for the win. And Pershing is threatening Haney big time now. He's all over his bumper. And William Kirk right there looking to take it away too. Oh, Kirk gets into the wall hard. Moves down the track. Oh, he's back up in the wall. He goes down to the inside. That's not going to bring out a caution. He's got to be careful getting back onto the track here. Kirk just lost his chance. He may have had a shot at the win, but he got in the wall really hard and went down to the inside, and that just killed his position. So now bringing up third place is David Howard. He's only got 5 laps to go and a pretty good amount of ground to cover. I don't think he's going to catch up to these leaders. And these leaders got a little bit of lap traffic to deal with here. You see the 930 at Daniel Haney. Let's see how they handle this. I think Daniel's just going to stay high and let him go right around him. Great job, Daniel. And this is just a cutthroat battle to the end here. We're coming to 4 to go. Haney has led 12 laps, and he is looking for another win here. Oh, someone else in the wall. Mike Abbott gets into the wall. Man, the exit of turn 2 is just killing these drivers. Good save, Mike Abbott. And here we go. Fershing looks to the inside of Haney. Battle for the lead, coming to 3 to go. Haney holds on to it that time. Now, the thing is, if a caution comes out now, whatever position they're in, that's going to lock the field. So it's very, very, very crucial to maintain that lead for Keith Haney. And I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Fershing, good job, Fershing. Look at that. It's like he had nitrous in that thing. New leader, John Fershing, looking to take it away here at Michigan. But I don't think Haney's going to give it up that easy. Two to go. And I do not believe Fershing has won any official races here at Red Light yet. So this would be his first win. I could be wrong. I'll ask him if he ends up winning. And, oh, Haney out of gas. Haney goes to the inside, and he is out of gas. Let's see if anybody else falls victim to that. Fershing maintains his lead. White flag is out. David Howard and Max Terrio going side by side. Terrio looking to take away the second spot from Howard, and he does. I think some of these guys are starting to save. They're working on saving on their fuel now. Bad time to run out. Fershing comes around turn 4. He's just got a couple 100 yards to go. Checkered flag is out, and Fershing wins his first race at Red Light Racing. Congratulations, John Fershing. Amazing race. Pit strategy was involved. Cautions came into play. People losing, a couple people lost control. That really hurt their chances. Overall, amazing race. 1 caution, 24 drivers. And Sean Butler going side by side with John there to give him a little congratulations, I bet. Just an absolute amazing race. I really had a great time watching these guys tonight. I hope you guys did too. Bershing getting his checkered flag there, and he's going to do his burnout. We'll get him down in a second and chat with him. Let's have a look at your final results. Coming in second, Max Terrio. Max has been such a strong driver week after week. I keep saying it, and he always works his way up into the top few, and just fantastic job by him. Sean Butler, now remember, he led a lot of this race and was dominating, and had an unfortunate incident, went through the grass, came back out, and still finished third. So still great job by Sean. Nate LaFleur brings it home fourth. The number 7 at David Howard comes in 5th. James Haney, excellent finish by James. He finishes 6th. Timothy Lewis comes in 7th. Newcomer Ivan Jones is 8th. Kevin O'Brien, 9th place. Jamie Christensen comes in 10th. Mike Abbott, 11th. Now remember, Mike Abbott had some trouble there at the end too, getting into the wall. Buckley comes in 12th. Keith Haney, 13th. Mike Mahoney, 14th. William Kirk, 15th. And William, remember, was pushing it to the end there on gas, and it just didn't work out for him. And rounding out your field is Kevin Cochran, Paul Zada, Andrew Packer, Daniel Haney, Raymond Edge, Joshua Butler, Philip Bundick, Jason Garrett, and Jason Lanny. So very happy with this race. Let's get John Pershing down here and have a little chat with him. John Pershing, this is Jeremy Patterson in the booth. You got a copy?
I do.
John, am I right? This is your first win here at Red Light?
That is my first win. I can't believe it. Finally, it's awesome.
That I had the camera on you guys for probably 80% of the race. I'm sure the other drivers are going to be a little sad about that, but just watching all you guys battle the entire time, what an amazing race. Talk to me about it.
Oh, it was crazy. I mean, running together with everybody on the track, I kind of felt like I was holding my own. Of course, there's a ton of draft here, so I mean, as long as you don't totally blow the corner, you can stay with everybody. And I don't know if you saw, but I blew my first 2 pit stops real bad, sliding through my box, and but with the way that caution fell, kind of got me caught back up and gave me a chance. And I saw everybody pit for fuel, and I knew I could make it. I went 24 on the first run. So like this, I started saving all I could, and it just worked out. It was awesome.
Yeah, the fuel strategy there really came into play, especially with that caution. It just totally threw a wrench into everything. Were you worried you weren't going to make it to the end, or did you have plenty?
I ran out middle of the back straight after the checkered flag. I didn't even think I was gonna be that close. I thought I was gonna have plenty. Like I said, I went 24 on the first run, and I was saving under caution, pushing the clutch in, letting it idle and roll, and I didn't even think I was going to be that close, but apparently it was.
Yeah, that was just great stuff, man. Fun to watch.
Now I got to get my second one because I didn't get to do a burnout. I ran out of fuel.
That's what happened. I saw you park it up there, and then you didn't do a burnout or anything. And I said, well, I wonder what's going on. So I guess that would explain it.
Yeah, it was totally dry.
Wow. Well, you did a great job managing your fuel and staying out there and winning. Congratulations on your first win. Anybody you want to say hi to?
Just everybody in the league, an awesome turnout tonight, an awesome clean racing. I mean, 1 caution, and this, like I said, with all this draft, everybody right on top of each other. Everybody races super respectful. Of course, my teammates, Nate and Josh, and I got a text from my dad. He was watching the broadcast tonight, so say hi to him. And yeah, this is crazy. It's awesome.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad that you had some family members watching you and got to see you get yourself in the victory lane, man. That's just great. Glad to have you with us every week, and we look forward to more. And I expect to see you in victory lane a little more often now, John.
Yeah, I hope so. Thanks for putting this on, Jeremy. It's a blast every week. I look forward to it. You do an awesome job in the booth.
Excellent. Thank you, sir, and we will see you next week. Max Terrio, again, I'm talking to you. You do such a great job every week, man. How did you get up there in second there at the end?
Yes, that's definitely a second place I did not see coming. All race long, I wasn't the fastest out there, but in the end, fuel management played a big role in the finish, and I guess I was in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, you know, I've heard you say it before, right place at the right time, but you always seem to be in the right place at the right time. And that only happens if you're putting it out there and being a really good driver, and it's just amazing to watch you race out here every week, Max.
Yeah, well, today I think for a lot of people that yellow flag came out at the right time, because at that point I was about 20 seconds behind the leader, and I was just set on cruising until the end, but hey, it's a new race after that.
Yeah, that's right. And next week we go to, what is it, Chicagoland. Is that a pretty strong track for you too?
I would tend to believe so. I don't remember racing the nationwide cars over there, and for me it was the first time racing these nationwide cars at Michigan, and they weren't my forte. Let me just say that I like the Cup cars better, but it was better for me on the long runs, and 4 tires definitely. One time after the first pit stop I only took 2, and for me it was just a mess of a handling car, and at that point I just ran along, tried to get some fuel in the car as long as possible, but hey, that last sprint made it all up in the end.
Yeah, it did. I saw a lot of drivers getting into the wall coming out of turn 2. I didn't see you get into the wall at all, but did that happen to you at all?
Yeah, after my first pit stop I ran as long as possible, and I had just changed 2 tires, and at the end of that second run the car was so tight out of 2, and just before coming on pit road I smashed a wall real bad. I don't know if for whatever reason it just didn't turn anymore. Good thing I still had a fast repair, so put my car clean back on the track, but at that point I was way back in the pack.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, I do remember seeing that when you kind of got to the wall, it sent you down onto the infield just about on the backstretch, right?
Yeah, exactly. That was all just past midpoint. And if we ran green all the way, that was about the 10th place finish I had at that point.
Wow, well, excellent finish, recovering from that with a huge field of drivers, 24 drivers, only 1 caution, so you guys all did an outstanding job. Anybody you want to say hi to out there?
Yeah, well, hi to all the new guys coming in this season. 2 races, very clean drivers, some definitely fast out there also, very respectful. I think we're got a good group of guys going on for the next next 10 races for this season. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with that. Just a fantastic job everybody did with recruiting, getting good drivers in here, working with the NASCAR League, getting a couple of those drivers in, and then word's getting out there now, and I think we got some good drivers, and I'm kind of jealous of you guys down there on the track. I kept saying during the race, man, I'd like to be down there with them, but I enjoyed doing the broadcast too. So good having you with us, Max, and we look forward to having you race with us every week, and we will see you next week at Chicago.
All right, Jeremy.
Jay, Sean, this is Jeremy Patterson at the booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Jeremy.
Sorry to cut you off there, but just doing the interviews, and you had a little mishap there near the end. Talk to us about what happened.
I was looking at it, and it almost looked like netcode or something, because it just seemed like it started turning Haney before I was even touching him. Like, we should have been fine, but all of a sudden it kind of turned him a little bit, and it kind of pushed me down. I don't know, it's just one of those unfortunate things. I thought I was going to hit the wall, then I thought I was going to come right back up on the track, but I was able to gather it up and surprisingly come back home in 3rd place.
Yeah, I kind of saw the same thing there with Haney. It looked to me, from my point of view, like maybe he got loose, but I'm sure you saw it much better than I did. And now that I think about it, maybe it was sort of a netcode thing where you guys definitely weren't making contact on my screen, but I did see his back end kick out. So, but man, what an amazing job holding onto it through the grass there. Did you think you were going to go around?
I didn't think I was going to go around. When I first hit the grass, it was kind of pointed to the right, and I thought I was going to end up back in the track. But I was able to gather it up and downshift once I hit the pavement and keep going. But man, I didn't want to see that caution. I was killing it on the pit stops all night. Got me out to like a 4-second lead there, and I really didn't want to see that caution.
Yeah, I'm sure you didn't. You had a pretty massive lead going on there. Tell us about your pit strategy.
Just practice it in the practice and everything. Ran a full tank of fuel oil and took 2 tires, and there was no real difference in slowdown until you got like the last few laps is where it really started falling off, and then so then you just come in, fire 4 at it again, and it was working perfectly. But apparently I've got the getting onto and off of pit road down, because that's where I was gaining my leads. Nothing on the track. It was pretty much all in the pits.
Yeah, I was noticing that. I talked about it partway through the race where I saw Joshua Buckley. His actual pit stop was almost a full second faster than yours, but you gained a second on him once you guys got back out and cycled through the stop. So you must be doing something right there, and I need to learn your secret.
I wish I knew what the secret was, man. I mean, I just practice getting on there as hard as I can and getting down to speed where I hit the exact speed limit, and then getting off. I just try to run as hard as I can without making a mistake. Yeah, I know you've seen me make a mistake getting off pit road before. I think it was like Kentucky or something, if I remember correct.
Yeah, it's not too often we see Sean Butler make a mistake, though, man. You do a fantastic job here. The drivers appreciate you. I know you do a good job, kind of giving them tips here and there. We do appreciate that. A lot of times if you have a driver who's very dominant and kind of hangs on to his secrets, can cause some bad feelings. But you're an awesome driver, awesome guy, and we definitely like having you here week after week. Anybody you want to say hi to?
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate John on a well-deserved, hard-fought win there. I mean, it was a heck of a battle at the front. Wish it was about 10 more laps longer and another caution later, and then I might have had something. But
yeah,
but it just wasn't meant to be after almost wrecking. But just want to congratulate him on that win, and Max for clawing hard and coming back second. You for broadcasting, and thanks to Tim for doing some adminning and stuff, trying to keep everything fair, no advantages and all that fun stuff. And just all these guys did a great job out here tonight. All these new guys are running really good, and just looking forward to some more races and looking for this good new season that we got going on.
Yeah, I think we've got something real special this season. I mean, 24 drivers in the field tonight and only 1 caution. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, you don't see that in a lot of leagues where you can run that many laps without cautions with that many guys. So
yep.
should make for some really good racing once everyone gets used to racing around each other and figure these cars out. That 4-race chase should be quite interesting.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, it's great having you, Sean. We look forward to racing with you next week at Chicagoland.
Yep, looking forward to it. See you next week.
See you then. All right, so pretty awesome race, everybody. Got to hand it to the drivers. You guys did a fantastic job. I mean, we had a couple boggle ups, and that's to be expected. But I mean, just amazing. I can't stress enough how happy I am with the way things are going with the league right now, and it is all because of the drivers. You know, I sit up here and do the broadcasts and all that, but I got nothing to broadcast if you guys aren't showing up and getting on the track. So kudos to you guys. We do definitely appreciate it. And just want to remind everybody who's watching, you can go to our website, redlightleague.com, and see our schedule, standings, and whatnot. On the site, on the upper right-hand corner, you'll see links to our YouTube and Facebook pages. You can subscribe to us on YouTube and like us on Facebook. That'll give you all the latest information. And I just want to give a little shout-out to our sister league, NAVSCAR. We race with them on Wednesday nights. Very similar format to what we got here. They don't really mess around as far as rules and stuff go. They keep it serious but fun. I race with them on Wednesday nights. I thoroughly enjoy it. A lot of drivers kind of straddle both leagues here. So any of the drivers watching this or anyone else watching it who's interested in joining another great league, check them out. That's navscarracingleague.com. And they, like I said, they race every Wednesday. And also now they're racing every Sunday night with a road course series, which I did a little bit of racing with last night and thoroughly enjoyed as well. And next week, as we've already mentioned, join us for race at Chicagoland Speedway. That'll be 100 laps. Live broadcast right here on RLN. Should be a good time. And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. So we appreciate you watching. Congratulations to winner John Fershing and to all the drivers on a great race. And we will see you next week.